Welcome to Millennial Source Reviews. My name is Ben, and today we'll be reviewing the DJI Phantom 3. The model we will be looking at today is the Phantom 3 4K, which is one step down from the Professional. This model has all of the same features as the Phantom 3 Professional, however, instead of using a light bridge connection system, it communicates via its own Wi-Fi network. The reason we chose this model is because it's a few $100s cheaper than the Phantom 3 Professional, but we still get the benefits of something like a 4K camera and intelligent flight modes. In this review, we're going to be covering the basic components of the Phantom 3 4K to help you decide whether or not this is the drone for you. Starting off, I would like to note that the build quality of the Phantom 3 is truly top-notch. It definitely feels like a premium product. This drone in particular has had a couple small accidents, and there isn't even a scratch on it. When it comes to the setup of the Phantom 3, right out of the box things can be a bit frustrating, but after reading the manual, updating the software, and calibrating the IMU, setup for the Phantom 3 becomes a breeze. You simply screw in the props, connect to the Phantom's Wi-Fi network, allow it to warm up, and then you're ready to take off. Just make sure you let the home point set so you don't lose it. Flying the Phantom 3 Professional is like flying the remote-controlled plane I never had as a kid. On a good day, with low signal interference, you can get around 1,500 feet up and away from your controller. However, with the light bridge connection on the Phantom 3 Professional, you can increase that distance a substantial amount. Keep in mind, we don't recommend that you fly above 400 feet because in most areas it's against FAA regulations. The only time I've found myself wanting the extra distance you get with the Phantom 3 Professional is when I'm in a city where the connection is weak because of all this signal interference. With the Phantom 3 4K using a Wi-Fi connection, when you're in a populated area where there is all that signal interference, things can just get really messy and you can't fly as high as you'd like, you can't fly away from you very much, and you're constantly losing your signal feed, no video playback, so it just becomes a mess. However, I don't run into this issue very often, and considering the price point for the Phantom 3 4K compared to the Professional, it's really not that big of a deal. Typically, if you're flying in a city, you really just want to make sure you have that home point set and your GPS is working, because there have been a few times where I've gotten too far away and the signal just gets lost and you can't even see or communicate with the drone. But thanks to that home point lock, it'll always come back, and typically I don't have any problems. Just make sure you're flying within FAA regulations, you're not near an airport, and you're not going to put anybody in danger while flying. Flight time on the Phantom 3 is pretty good as well. You'll get about 18 to 20 minutes, depending on factors like how fast you fly and the wind. When I fly, I like to carry 4 batteries with me. This is usually more than enough time to film whatever it is I want to film. The batteries also charge relatively quick. It takes about 1 hour to fully charge a battery. You can also invest in third-party chargers that charge more than one battery at a time, and they work pretty well. Let's move on to the camera. Now, I'm not a professional when it comes to cinematography, so I'm just going to cover the basic look and feel and performance of the Phantom 3 4K's camera. And let me say, the Phantom 3 4K delivers stunning 4K footage at 30 frames per second. And if you want, you can drop your resolution down to 1080p and boost your frame rate to 60 frames a second. This will really create some smooth footage for you to work with. Compared to something like the GoPro, I greatly prefer DJI's camera. GoPro footage on a drone tends to create this curved look that makes the footage look unnatural, but with the Phantom 3 4K camera, it really immerses you into the experience as if you're seeing everything with your own eyes. The gimbal is also very impressive, and even on a windy day, footage always comes out perfectly stable. The DJI Go Flight app is also a pleasure to use. Within the app, you can see your footage, control your settings, and track your flight records. On top of that, there's a social community where you can see what other people have captured with their drones. Having a solid app is always important when you have to pair it to the hardware, and DJI has really done a good job here. At a current price point of $600, I really have no complaints about the Phantom 3 4K, only a few nitpicks. But other than that, it's been a blast to fly, and I've been able to see breathtaking views from places like my own backyard. I would recommend the Phantom 3 4K to anyone as their first drone over something like the Phantom 3 Professional or Phantom 4, strictly because of the affordable price point and you're still benefiting from things like 4K footage and intelligent flight features. We hope you found this review helpful, and feel free to contact us with any questions regarding the Phantom 3. My name's Ben, and we'll see you next time on Millennial Source Reviews.